Hello! Surprise! A Grown Fricks, also known as Koen, is doing a vlog after years of promises. It had to get to the point of me promising myself to get a tub of ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, which is awfully expensive, on discount, my favorite flavor, cookie dough. I promised myself that I'm going to do this and I'm only allowed to get that tub when I'm done. And I will when I'm done. But here I am. And this vlog will answer a question that I already answered in a previous video. The one with my first morning breakfast pizza. Yeah, I want to answer it again in this way, clothed, and I do not know how many people left with seeing me clothed and saying this will remain on. But anyone who is staying, hi, thank you. The pros and cons on being fat. Took me 1.5 minutes to get there, but there I am. Let's start with the cons. The first one, and this is also to those who are watching with a question in their mind: why are you doing this to yourself? You know of the risks. Con. I am aware fully they are on the top number one spot of my con list. I know I have high risks on cardiovascular diseases and to become diabetic, to get early onset on many brain issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, joint issues. I am aware, and I might be wrong to assume, the average gainer is aware. I could be wrong, but it is. But I think so. That is the right thing to say. And that's it. That's the risks. I'm aware, and they are huge. They are enormous. Let's go to the next item. Money. It's hell of expensive to eat lots of food. Especially if you do not want to default on unhealthy, salted, cheap, pre-made food. If you want to make it yourself, it can be cheap, but it's expensive. Because you need a lot. And because you need a lot, you have to buy a lot. And buying a lot is expensive. But it's in more issues. Money-wise. Clothes. I'm getting to that issue actually. I'm outgrowing my local stores. They only go to 6XL European Dutch sizes. And that's it. After that I have to get to a specialty store in Amsterdam. They probably have something there. Most definitely, because everything can be found in Amsterdam. But if I want to go there, the issue still remains, I want to say. Going online, to buy it online, or to go to a specialty store, or importing it abroad, it's expensive. And I still have some wiggle room, for what I have now, because not every shirt is made equal, but the smaller ones are already getting an issue. When I sit down, things are tight. It's not bursting tight, but it's not dressed nicely tight, or loose, I mean. But that's it. And there are probably many more issues with gaining and being expensive. I mean, if you want to weigh yourself, especially on my weight, I'm beyond the normal skills, I need to get a specialty skill, which is, as you guessed it, more expensive. And planes. I'm too big. I do not know for certain. I haven't flown in many years. I think I'm too big for one seat. My hips are too wide. And that also adds to cost. I mean, if I want to fly with the local KLM, I have to pay 80% of the second seat. 80%. So, money. And I already touched a little bit on the next issue. It's really public transport, being in public, being above average, garnering, I want to be fancy with this word, but I do not know for certain, getting more looks. Keep it simple. Getting more looks. And because I'm bigger, I'm wider, I'm fatter, I'm way beyond the average, or way beyond the well, he's fat, but if he takes the time, he might lose it. I'm beyond that. And it gets looks. And in public transit, I don't have a car, I'm dependent on public transit. If it's busy, people are looking at me if I have a seat. Because I spill over. I can push myself into one seat, squeeze myself. And I regularly do that to have someone sit next to me. And but sometimes it just can't because the leg room isn't there. Then I have to do this with my legs, and nothing I do to do this will not result in me being so discomfortable that it hurts. But when the leg room is there, I can squeeze myself into one seat. Really, the edge, and here's me. There's the little gap. But if I relax just one bit, I spill over. And people give me the nastiest look there is when that seat isn't taken, but a little bit more back in the bus. There's space for days. And it doesn't have to be nasty, but it's just I'm a self-aware wreck. And I will also say this in the pros, it's a flip-flop for me. Because I'm big, I'm a self-aware wreck, but I also like being big. But for now, it's gone. Other people put this in 100% pro because they want to have that attention. But I don't. I want to at least cater to the surroundings and to society a bit for what I'm taking or doing. Might not be healthy, or a healthy mindset, it just is. Then there are the limitations. I already touched upon them on public transit and being self-aware and being on a plane. But the more I grow bigger, the more limitations there are on me. People might who start off, and it encroaches on you. It encroaches on you. Pardon me if that's just not an existing word, by the way, or wrongly used. What might just be just the first 10 kilograms, that having that little resistance when trying to tie your shoes, or being a little bit more out of breath when walking a few stairs. It all adds up, and I am at a point that I can still walk a lot. I do walk a lot. and not be out of breath. But I cannot walk and talk, for example. When quick walking, I do not talk because I will be getting short of breath. I will be short of breath. The other limitation, which is always there, being sweaty. And that's the other thing. Summers, having it hot. That's really, let's just say, you could say go to somewhere where there's a dry heat. In the Netherlands, there is no such thing as dry heat. You must think, especially when you live in Amsterdam or near to it, where I am. We live practically in a swamp. It's a neatly organized, very cultivated swamp, but it's a swamp nonetheless. And I will flip it over to the pros with winter, but in the summer it's always hotter than actually measured because of the damp that's just in the Netherlands, the humidity. And I soon discovered into my journey that if it's humid and it's hot, I just have to do one thing, and I'm sweating profusely, which adds another problem: the smell. Because your sweat, you will smell, and after long days in hot summer heat, Dutch hot summer heat, I will not get home without a smell on me. Nevertheless, on the flip side, I barely need to put on my radiators. I just put on a sweater and I'm fine. And I love nestling in my sheets, my bed sheets, cocooning, so to speak. I love it. So it's not an issue that's called when I go to bed either. I also must add, I'm in an apartment and my neighbors do put on the radiator a lot, so I get some residue heat from that. But for me, in the winter, the radiator only goes on when it's really extreme or when I have visitors. in the deepest winter state, or visitors who are, well, less isolated than I am. And then going to the next pro, because I'm now going pros. The size. I'm bigger. I already touched upon it. I like it. And for the limitation that it imposes on me, it also has some fun things. For example, and I used my phone a lot, I can use my belly and my love handles as armrests. I do not have to get to these. No, I can comfortably, with less angle, look at my phone and rest my, well, hands, like I'm doing now, on my belly. It's not big enough yet to hold a plate, which I really love, if it could one day. But for now, it's armrests. Other thing is seats that are hard for others. Well, because I have an extra cushion, or uncomfortable for others because of their hardness. I'm fine with it. Another pro is, well, when I'm sleeping, I can place my arm on it and, well, feel content. But there are many things about my size. If you have seen my videos, you will probably know what I like. And that's really it about size. Which comes to the next part, and actually the most important part. Feeling happy about it. I know it's weird that I am happy about being fat, but it is. It's weird, but it is. I want to believe that humanity is a very complex very complex creature, and with everything having an extreme on one end, because people also bodybuild to the extreme for their own detriment. We exist on the other. Those who prefer to be sizable, to be, well, not chiseled and muscled, to be soft, fluffy, good at hugging. That even if you put strength into it, if you're a powerlifter, besides that you're not breaking someone's someone's back over your washboard abs or your muscle gut or anything hard. It's fun. I love hugging. I love cuddling. It's just the thing. And I do love food. And if I weren't gainer, I would be so much more self-aware about it. But because I can accept this for me, I can be happier about it. And I exhausted my list. I made a list beforehand. Well, I want to thank you for watching. Like I said, if I haven't said it, I think I did. I will just say it again. There's a curiouscat.me, Grown Freaks. I will answer it there, and on Twitter I will put links in the description, and you can ask questions there anonymously. I don't think an account is required for it, but it's something. You can also try to approach me on Twitter or add me with a question, tag me with a question, and I will answer it. And if it's big enough, like this one, I will make a vlog of it. I want to say thank you to my patrons over Patreon. They funded a meal. I'm ashamed that my phone didn't record it, or it's actually my fault. It's not my fault of the phone. As I found out, I made a picture instead of a video. Nevertheless, thanks for them, for the support. You can, if you want to help me grow, you can go over there and help me. Anything helps. Everything goes to gaining food, clothes. Well, I want to, but food is more delicious. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and until next time.